Frere Jacques and Snake Charmer, since these are awesome songs too. I think you're going to really enjoy playing them as well. And we are on a note reading kick too, so this will be really useful. Make sure you review your Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge or Every Good Burger Deserves Fries and Face. That will help you a lot with recognizing the notes on the staff, right? So if we look at the Frere Jacques here, we see that the time signature is 4/4. First of all, we know that this means 4 quarter notes, right? Each beat receives, quarter note receives 1 beat. So we just count 1, 2, 3, 4. Except when we have half notes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We hold, right? And of course, when we see those eighth notes connected with the beam, we have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, right? We always want to make sure the rhythm is solid. And then if we look at our key signature here, we see an F sharp, so we're in the key of G major there, right? We're going to definitely strum the chords as well. This song is super simple. It stays on the same chord here throughout. And our first note is G as well. So if you remember every good, right, there's your G. And we then come up. So our G will be open here, right? The second note is the A as it's going up in order, right, in scale-wise motion. And then our next note is B, right, which is just an open string. So we have G, A, B. Let's practice that first. G, A, B, right? Now the next note after that on the fourth beat is a G again. So you're gonna go G, A, B, G, okay? And just take that into a loop and you could practice those first 2 measures over and over. They're the same, right? So we have G, A, B, G, G, A, B, G, G, A, B, G. Okay, once you got that, we can move on. I think it was probably pretty simple for you there. So the next 2 measures are also the same, and here we're jumping up a little bit, right? So notice now this note is on the 3rd line from the top, which means this is the note B, right? Every good burger or boy, right? There's our B, and again we go up in the scale. We have B, C, D, and this is the note we're going to hold, right? So review where that is on your guitar fretboard as well. We already know B will be open. We played in our open position. And then we have C is a semitone up. So remember, that's why it's the 1st fret, not 2nd, right? So B, C, and then D is a whole step up, right? So here we're going to hold that last note for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, C, D. Okay, simple too. I think you're going to nail it, no problem. Now let's go back to the start and put those 4 measures together. So we are going to start with a G again. Prepare yourself and we'll be good to go. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, B, G, G, A, B, G, B, C, D, 4. B, C, D, 4. Right? And I was just telling you the names of the notes plus that 4th beat that you hold throughout, right? At the end, I'm going to play the whole song for you without any talking in there, any counting or anything. Okay, and then the next couple of measures are going to be a little more challenging because we're going to double up. So instead of quarter notes, we're playing 8ths, right? So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So let's first look at those 4 8th notes, and you'll see that the first one jumps up again, right? Our starting point is D now, right? So every good burger deserves, right? So there's our note D, the same note we just left off on, right? So just keep your finger there, keep holding that 3rd finger on the note D of the B string, right? And start on that B. Now after that we go, or on that D, right? After D we go up to the E, which we're gonna play on our open E string. Then back down to D and even lower to the C. So it's D, E, D, C. So starting on the D, then E is open, and D again, and C. Okay? So you're gonna start slow, right? Simple. D, E, D, C. D, E, D, C. D, E, D, C, right? And again, you can practice just those 2 beats over and over. right? And then you're eventually going to speed it up. So ideally here, we're gonna try to go 1 and 2 and, okay? 1 and 2 and, okay? And now once you practice it enough, you can always pause this video, of course, and then practice it some more. We only have 2 quarter notes left there, right? And as you could tell, those are on our lines as well, 3rd line and 2nd from the bottom. So this is our B and G, right? And those are both open. Okay, so the important thing is to slow down there because we have quarter notes. So our rhythm is again 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, right? So if we put that together, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, and I'm gonna now play that without counting so that you can hear it. And again, I'm gonna do it multiple times, yeah? There it was, 4 bars in a row, right? Watch out for the fingers, right? Touching the strings, letting them buzz, right? We want to be careful about that. Make the sound very clear, right? Okay, and then the last 2 measures of the song, super simple as well. So we have the same rhythm that we have seen earlier, right? At the end of the first staff there, right? So, except the notes are different, right? Now, so the pitches are different. So this is the same note you just played, right? Which is a G again. So G, now take a look. This note does not have a phrase for it, right? Since it's sitting under the staff. So you might even remember what it is, but if you can't, you can think about what note sits on the bottom line, right? And you know this is every, so this would be E. So what is the note right below E? Or the letter in our alphabet below, before E, right? That's a note D, right? So this D here as well, I know sometimes we struggle with which octave it's in. You're gonna know it's not this D, obviously. That's the D higher, right? We've seen it before, here it is, right? So this D is an octave higher than this D. So where's the octave lower? We have it on our D string, open, right? You can play those 2 notes as well to hear. Guitars is in tune, which you definitely want to tune before you start, as usual. You should hear it as that perfect octave. Yeah? Okay. So we're going to go G, D, G, G, D, G. Let's practice that a bunch. G, D, G, G, D, G. There it is. That's the whole song. So let's put that together now. So I'm going to play it at a nice medium tempo. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So quick word of advice here too. Make sure you don't start too fast. Obviously, this is a simple part here, right? I think you could play that pretty quick because if we start too quick, this is going to be a struggle, right? Since we're playing double as fast there, right? Playing those 8th notes. So figure out first, how fast can you play this part? Because if it's not that fast, if it's like, you might have to slow down the tempo of the entire song, right? We don't want to sound like we are changing the tempo. We want to stay steady, right? So in that case, you're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, right? So I'll pick it up a little bit more. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 at that tempo, okay? So here we go. This is what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's quite nice to let those strings ring as well, right? But that's something you could choose to do, or you could do that without, right? So this is the Frere Jacques. So I hope you have lots of fun practicing this song. And again, you have that G major, the key of the song. You could definitely practice it strumming as well, but this is simple, right? The fun part would be for you to figure out a good strumming pattern for the song. That would be fun. So you can keep it simple. You can play some quarter notes. You can do some 8th notes. You can plug through the strings, right? Right? It's up to you, but play around with that, right? Just sit on that G chord and see what you can come up with, right? And then the last song of the day is called Snake Charmer, and this one is also in 4/4 time. The key signature is A minor, right? So we do not have any sharps or flats. We're gonna be in A minor here. Now this song has 2 pickup notes to it, okay? So if you recall, that means that the first beat is still right here. We're gonna figure out what beat we start on there, right? As you could tell, this is 2 eighth notes connected with a beam, meaning that they are eighths. So if you just gotta remember how you count the eighth notes. You say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in our 4/4 time, right? So what were the last 2 things I said? It was 4 and, right? This is where you start. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, right? So make sure you start right on that 4th beat. Okay. Now for this song too, we're going to be sitting on those lower strings. So make sure you review those notes as well. This is the note A, right? And as you could tell, after the A, it goes up to the B, then it goes up to the C, then it goes back down. So we're going to start with just playing A, B, C. Okay. So A is open. B is the 2nd fret, since it's a whole step. You remember that, I'm sure. And then B to C is a semitone again. Just like when we practiced B to C. That was a semitone in our B string. Same thing between B and C right here in this octave, right? So A, B, C. That's all we need to do. Now to count it, 4 and 1, we're gonna have to speed up a little bit, right? We're gonna go 4 and 1. And practice that a bunch. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Yeah? So on and so forth. So when you are starting the song, you do count through the first 3 beats, right? You could do that mentally, you could say it out loud, it's up to you. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3. So you end up being on the beat 1 on the note C, right? I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, right? So you know you came in on time if your C was on beat 1, right? Okay, now after the C, we go back down to the B and the A, right? And those are all quarter notes. So 4 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do that. 4 and 1, 2, 3. One more time. 4 and 1, 2, 3. I think it's going to be simple for you. That'll be good. Now we could treat that last A as an end of a phrase because you'll see the next 2 notes on 4 and are the same as your pickup notes. So they're pickup to the 2nd measure, right? So you start the same way as you did here, right? You go 4 and A, B, and then right here changes a little bit. Take a look. We're going to continue with the 8th notes, and we're going to go C, E, B, C, A. So those 5 notes are a little more challenging there. So I think we probably will stop there with this video lesson as we get to them because I think it might be a little bit too much if we do that many songs in a week. Again, we start on the A, B, C, but instead of going back down, we go up to the E. And the note E is on your D string, if you remember, right? It's not going to be the high E, right? Make sure you don't play that one because it's an octave too high, right? So on your D string, if you remember, your E is on the 2nd fret because D to E is a half step or a whole step, right? Instead of a semitone or half step. So there's our E right there. So as we go A, B, C, E, move that 2nd finger to your D string, right? Let's practice that again. A, B, C, E, right? And as soon as you hit the E, you're going to jump back down to the B. So E, B, right? E, B. Practice that too. Same finger on both of those strings, same fret, right? And then here, C, A. Okay, so if we put that together very slowly, A, B, C, E, B, C, A. One more time. A, B, C, E, B, C, A. And you can start speeding it up. Right? And again, you could put that into a loop and practice that over and over, okay? So I'm going to play this from the start of the song for you. And yeah, we're just going to practice those first 2 measures. If you get to it, that would be amazing. You might be still working on the Frere Jacques plus the sea shanty, but if you do get there, you're gonna already have a good start with this video, right? So let's put that together from the start. Again, we're gonna count 3 beats and come in on the 4th beat, yeah? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. maybe I'll do that one more time just to be safe. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna have no troubles with this whatsoever. You've played songs even more challenging than this one, but you know that part of a challenge here is reading the rhythms correctly and reading the pitches correctly too. So there you go. I hope you have lots of fun with these